What's your next big challenge or big step as a top player? Staying sober, healthy, and being nice to people around me. That's everything else will fall in place if I can do those things. I think you've been paying for a couple of weeks. I think this has been playing for a couple of weeks. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah, I actually haven't played harmonica like other than to teach in a long time, like a week. I use the flat cat after the heartbreak in the pedal chain. Is that the preferred position? It is for me. It is for me. Oh, guitar players like to put compression before everything else. I've tried it. It doesn't seem to work. And depending upon the size of your amp is the amount of compression you need. The heartbreak itself adds a little bit of compression, okay, especially when you start messing with that bass boost, okay? Yeah, thank you. I reckon in 100 years I might be able to play half as good as that. No way, man. 30 minutes a day of just hard work and you'll be there. I had a heart attack 5 weeks ago. Sorry to hear that. I hope you were able to get good medical treatment. Can you show us the basics of the fox chase? Nice and slow. Okay, I have a video on this called Chugging on the Inhale Only. All right, so look, I got interested in this stuff because Paul DeLay told me I needed to play more chords, basically, right? You know, and then I started to go to like some of my heroes like Mad Cat, like Peter Mad Cat Ruth, right? I'm sure you guys have had Mad Cat over here a few times, right? So Mad Cat's video rhythm harmonica playing, it was really difficult for me to digest it. But I did come up with this fox chase, which for me is like a ta-ta-ta. So what I do is I exhale into the air, not the harmonica. So I'm not doing this, right? Which implies a chord change. That's the main thing that I'm doing differently than a lot of other cats. I'm just inhaling. So I'm just getting the major triad, which in this case it's an A harp, in second position is an E. Fancy way for saying the bottom four holes, right? I'm just playing those. Blow, 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 blow. So that's how I'm recycling air. And then I can tag and create time by picking one of those beats. One. So I just pick one, and that gives you this steady sense of. Right. And then a lot of the super rhythmic stuff that's happening in the middle of the harp is all tongue blocking stuff, like right. So I'm just going. I mean, you can hear like William Clark doing that kind of stuff on like the triple hole splits on just regular like modern, West Coast and Chicago shuffles where he's. right? So that it kind of sounds like a Hammond B3 organ when they're playing a ba ba a ba ba a ba ba. So I'm just going ta 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 ta. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I guess I'll play another one for you. I'm gonna stay in on an A harp. By the way, these are Blue Moon harmonicas I'm playing mostly today from Tom Halchek. He's making some good harps these days. So this next song is a song I wrote a little while ago because I like noticed this trend in pop culture where like the emphasis on being positive as a person was so strong that if somebody was actually feeling like shit, like whether they had a reason to or not, like nobody really cared, right? Because they were, they were like trying to discount like whatever it is you're going through, right? Like, so instead of saying, hey man, that sucks that you had a heart attack, right? Like to the guy who had the heart attack 5 weeks ago, instead of saying that sucks, which it does, bro, and I'm sorry, instead of saying that, they'd be like, oh, well, man, you need to look on the bright side. You need to be positive, right? Well, like all in good time, right? But like let somebody feel what they're feeling. And there's actually a term for it. It's called toxic positivity. But that term, that psychoanalytical term, right, was coined after I wrote a song. So I call it, I have my own term for it, and it's a command, and it's called don't badger the witness. Right. So here goes, right? Don't you badger the witness up. Please don't you badger the witness, man. Yeah, while you busy pointing blame, I'm just narrating the game. Don't badger the witness, man. Won't you listen to my words? Please don't you shoot this here messenger. 'Cause I'm just a man reporting this here lay of the land. Don't badger the witness, man. They say I'm up, but I feel down. Call me lost, but you all know I'm found. Well, no matter what I anyway. Just trying to stick around. Why don't you badger the witness, sir? Please don't badger the witness, man. Yeah, while you busy pointing blame, I'm just narrating the game. Don't badger the witness, man. They say I'm up, but I feel down. Call me lost, you all know I'm found. Well, no matter what you say, they ain't gonna believe you anyway. Just try, baby, to stick around. Yeah. Richard. Damn, somebody fell asleep while I was playing? That sucks, man. I gotta step it up, man. All right. Did I miss any questions? Do I have any intentions of coming over to the UK once this COVID crap is dealt with? Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier, Tony, but I'm actually not allowed in the United Kingdom because of my past legal difficulties. Okay, all right. Here's a couple of questions. How important are scales, theory, etc. in your playing? Okay, I'll start with scales. They're huge, right? Because like I just mentioned, all right, the reason I didn't have a good pass at Blue Drag, the Django tune I just played, it is because I kept playing a note that I didn't want there. So had I been practicing my scale, okay, I wouldn't have played that note. The reason it upset me is not just that it, in my opinion, that it diluted the ethnicity of the scale. It upset me also on a confidence level because I'm playing a note that I don't want to be there, and it's happening physically anyway. Okay, I know no more tangible definition of a rut than playing things without your own consent. Like, just every time I go up the harp, I bend 4 draw. Every time I go down the harp, I blow 5 blow. Like, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm trying not to do it, and it's happening anyway. So what scales do is they force you to look at new arrangements of notes in new orders. And they also teach you the value of the notes that are not in the scale. So if you're just working with a minor pentatonic scale, just a 5-note scale, all right, it's actually much harder to improvise in that scale for most of us than it is the blues scale, which just includes 1 extra note, the 4-draw bend. But trying to improvise without playing 4-draw bend, for me and for most of my students, is a tremendous challenge. It's tremendous. So the result of this is not only something new and exciting melodically that you can do by not including that note, but it's a sense of freedom when you're starting to execute and do things that you would like to do instead of the harmonica just kind of playing you every time you pick it up. And then when you add the note in, it becomes very powerful, right? And this is just that note, right? I'll pick another one in a minute, but say I'm playing minor pentatonic. And then I add the note in, the blue note, the flat 5. suddenly that note takes on a tremendous value. And then we've never noticed the note sound quite like that, right? Because accentuate everything, accentuate nothing. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that sound either. That's the sound of the blues scale, which we love. Okay, but becoming dependent upon that one only sound takes away meaning from the flat fifth. And when you play just in a minor pentatonic scale without that note, it gives you new appreciation of how to use it in the blues scale. Take another note, for example, 5 blow, second position, right? So I'll play minor pentatonic without it. Now I'll add it. So you hear that? Sounds very pretty and minor and beautiful. Elements of Dorian, right? Even though it's not a complete Dorian scale, it's just one deviant note from the minor pentatonic. However, if I play that note all the time, and mix it in with every other note that's available to me, I sound like every other harmonica player that, you know, took a year's worth of free YouTube lessons. So, you know, the importance of scales is not the notes that are in the scales, it's the notes that's not in them. Okay, and then as far as theory goes, you know, I don't think I teach a lot of theory. I teach a little bit of terminology, right? Like I want to learn like what notes are in a chord if I'm going to be playing that chord and how to, you know, arpeggiate that major and minor. And I fall short frequently. Let me see, there are different leagues, those instruments, scales, and basic understanding of music helps a great deal. Yes, definitely. Has New Orleans infused your music in any way? Damn straight, baby. Damn straight. It's all about the funk right now, man. I used to play a shuffle like this. Now I play it like, right? That's all living here, man. And that just seeps into you once you've been here a little while. Let's play a little New Orleans music, huh? Right? Get the amp out. So anyway, yeah, that was some little new. By the way, guys, I don't know if you've been watching my YouTube channel, but check out. This is coming from this great YouTube backing track channel. I use two mostly backing track channels: Quist TV, and then this one, which has a ton of New Orleans type of grooves. Petty Music Studios. Okay, I put the link there. All right. Let's see. I think I lost a lot of questions. I'm like really behind. Okay, I'm catching up. Alternative tunings, I personally don't use them. The only reason I don't is it's taken me this long to get used to the layout of the harmonica as it is. You got 3 different octaves, they're all laid out differently. If you change that on me, it really messes me up. The other reason is when you alter the tuning, okay, when the song changes, you now have to bend the note that has been altered to get the note that used to be there. So you still have the same issue. And I'd rather have, 12 harps or a little more, some low keys or whatever, than carry around like 200 harmonicas to like be able to play like Misty and then, a regular blues. And that's just my jaded opinion of it. But like take a minor tuned harmonica, for example, right? The third is altered, right? So what happens when the song goes major for one chord, like Summertime, right? You still have to bend that note, right? Or you still have to, whatever you altered, you now have to overblow, right? Whatever you altered, you now have to bend if the song changes. Now, if you're just playing like I was just now over one like chord, no problem. Altered tuned harmonicas are awesome. Again, I can't get into memorizing the list of them, but they're certainly not an answer to chromaticism, in my opinion. All right, you got like X-reed harmonicas and stuff, and those are arguably could be that. But your better choice is to either learn to overblow or to get a chromatic, in my opinion. Right? Otherwise, you're going to end up with a box full of like 300 harmonicas. But anyway, that's a extremely biased opinion. There are guys, P.T. Gazelle, Brendan Power, Will Wild, who I absolutely love, who do brilliant things on tuned harmonicas that I physically can't do with overblows, right? It just doesn't work. And those guys sound great. So in the end, it's all about the music, right? Okay. Let's see. You guys cut me off if I've gone too long. Okay, do I ever use a bullet mic? Yeah, sure. Like if I got a small amp, right? Or say like I don't have my pedal board, right? Like all my bullet mic is doing is distorting and compressing before the signal before it goes to the amp. So if I don't have a distortion and a compressor outboard pedal, I'm going to use a bullet mic. I prefer to use a microphone like the one that I've worked on with Lone Wolf, or a 57 or something like that, that picks up the true signal of the harmonica first. Doesn't distort at all, unless you really close it off, right? It doesn't distort at all. And then I prefer to add the amount of distortion so that I can change the amount of distortion and compression from song to song, or from week to week, or month to month, or mood to mood, right? So, and if the bullet mic breaks, the only problem with that is now I'm dependent upon that particular microphone and its year of crystal element that was at its peak between September and October, and then it got cold, and now I left it in the car during a snowstorm. It doesn't sound as good. Fuck that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad, I commend everybody that's into that. It's amazing, right? They're amazing, and they're fun and unique and exciting. But it's like 2020 right now. And you can two pedals in a regular omnidirectional microphone, or unidirectional microphone, two pedals in a modern mic, you got like 100 bullet mics, right, that you can imitate the sound of with just a pedal and a couple of pedals and a mic. So that, again, that's just my personal opinion. That will that replace the sound of a true bullet? I'm sure Dennis Grinling would argue like passionately against that. But I also don't always like the way, to me, sometimes bullets have sort of a hollow sound to them, which is very pleasing on certain types of music, Muddy Waters, Jimmy Rogers, that kind of stuff, the Chicago blues. But in stuff like I was just playing, I'd rather, sound more like the other instruments in the band. All right, so that was way overly opinionated. What do you like about the Blue Moon combs, and how often do you tune your harps and clean them? Okay, I don't tune or clean harps nearly enough. When I was young, I used to do it like every night after the gig and didn't sleep, and would stay up all night tuning and cleaning harmonicas. While I was on the road like 300 days a year, and I was just like manic and didn't sleep, but my harps were in tune and they played pretty great. I don't do it as much anymore. But I still do it. I still have a desk and I still tune them. And when they go out of tune, I'll usually switch to another one because I'm spoiled now. And then after that one goes out of tune, I tune them both. Right, so that's how that works. Blue Moon combs are great because there's so many varieties. They're flat. They come from a machine shop. Tom Halchek, the guy who sells the combs, he doesn't make them. He doesn't make them, which is the smartest decision of all. He's a guy that outsourced this to real professional CNC people. So they're always 100% flat. They're down to the specs that the highest paid companies that CNC mass amounts of things. They do all kinds of things besides harmonicas. So they're the super professionals. So that's why I prefer Blue Moon products. Besides, you can get so many different varieties, from wood to Corian to brass to aluminum, even Teflon. For a little while, we made Teflon, like bendy rubber combs. You can get any of that stuff from Blue Moon, and it's not that expensive, and you can get it for any make or model, just about, right? So that's pretty cool. All right. Okay. I think that's my time, guys. Did I miss anything? Yeah.